the sense of justice is a sense of, to define the term, to giving someone their due. They're deserving of something, of a result from their actions. For example, if they were to pour their heart into helping the sick and the poor and downtrodden, you would expect some kind of reward from that, justice. When you're crushing the oppressed, taking advantage of the disadvantaged and hurting the poor and defenseless, you want to see justice done to that person. And that is the sense where these stories take these mythos of unjust situations that are happening across the board and put them into a story format and make it look like it's impossible to overcome. And then you have this hero who comes in, who has these extraordinary abilities or powers, who's able to take these situations and redeem them for the best. And it's a wonderful way of seeing that done in the stories because it captures the imagination. And capturing the imagination is an important part of reaching the next generation by telling them stories of goodness and stories of evil and how good overcomes the evil. Batman overcoming the Joker, or Spider-Man defeating the Red Goblin or the Green Goblin, excuse me. How does he do it? Well, first he has to bring justice to his own heart. He has to recognize that he himself is guilty of his own of crimes. For example, take the Spider-Man character. The origin of Spider-Man by Stan Lee is that a young man in a lab is bit by a radioactive spider. And this spider sends a venom through his body that jolts him and changes his chemistry of his body, causing him to have these superhuman abilities to climb walls and have a sense of danger beyond himself. But he doesn't use the abilities for good. He begins to use them to beat others, so for money. And in the process of doing it, he loses the life of his uncle, where a police officer is running after a criminal and tells him, "Stop! Stop that man!" And he says, "That's not my business." And the man runs off. That criminal ends up killing his uncle that night. And it wounds him to a point of repentance. Say, I have to use the powers and abilities I have for good. For great power comes great responsibility. So these are the types of stories that engage the mind of the young generation and others. And we should capitalize on them and use them to bring forward the truth of Christ.